Okay. Boy, do I look sexy, huh? Jesus. My hair is luscious today, huh? Woo! We looking good, boys. And, fair enough. There we go. We're going to leave, we're going to, leave this like that for now. And just, while we wait for a few minutes, let's say I'll give, 5 minutes. So 12:53 p.m. 12:53 p.m. I think we can start the class at 1 p.m. EST. Maybe we see if some people join. Whoa! My hair is making me sneeze today a lot. So, yeah, I had to grow my hair specifically for this class because it's just luscious, right? It is a luscious day. It will be a luscious class because, well, I'll get into it. I'll get into it in a bit. We're just gonna have to see what exactly happens. I guess I can do this for I can do this for a bit. Yeah, a little bit of RuneScape wouldn't hurt before the class. So that's what we're going to be doing. Is it snowing? Dude, it snowed. Insane. Alright. Now, as we get ready, for class, 5 minutes. I'll start the class in 5 minutes. This idiot. Well, you know what? We'll go here. We'll go here. What I will do is let's look at this. There we go. We are pretty much ready to start to start class. We have all the gadgets. We have everything we need. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're also listening to some jazz music, but I'll tell you all about that in a minute. Jazz music, royalty-free background cafe music. Jazz, no copyright, Creative Commons music. Wow, my hair. I did not have this factored in, honestly. The wig, the hair, I'm sorry, not the wig. I never use wigs, but this hair? Jesus Christ, it's making me sneeze. Like a bulldog. Oh, Lord. I did not factor this in, ladies and gentlemen. My nose is very itchy. I mean, it kind of has to happen with this luscious and sexy hair. Damn, I look good. Well, who says it? Einstein? Oppenheimer? If you're going to go to class, you better go to class sexy. All right? Well, 2 minutes now, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin. The timer goes tick-tock. The clock goes tickety-tickety-tockety-tockety. We have already been live for 7 minutes. Wow. Yeah, I gave myself a few minutes. We have 3 lovely viewers for now. I'm going to have to say thank you for you 3 beautiful gentlemen or gentle ladies out there. Sending you all my love and all my hearts for you. Yes, you. And you don't have to type. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. All right. Feel free to do what you're doing. All these hearts and all this love goes out to you always and forever. Okay. 12:59 p.m. EST. I guess, why don't we start the show, ladies and gentlemen? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Skits Tony live stream. My name is Skits, but you can also call me the Mozart of FL Studio, the Oppenheimer of YouTube, one of the sexiest to ever do it, one of the most consistent, lively, charismatic, amazing content creators, live streamers, internet personalities, on and off the webs, on and off the tube. Yes, sir, and these are accolades and titles, none of them given to me by myself. These are all things you guys in the chat or in the comments have to say. The greatest of all time. You're looking right at him right now. And yes, I did have to grow my hair for this episode. It happened overnight. Don't ask me how. I do indeed have superpowers. And today we're going to be doing something different, boys. We're going to be doing something different. This is the first day of the last month. 2025 went by like Thanos snaps his fingers. Boom! Like that. And there are now only 30 days left for this year to go by and conclude. And in 30 days, we will be starting, unbelievably, the year 2026. Now, if you ask me, that is absolutely insane. This year went by way too fast. But that is not the topic for today or what we're going to be doing today for this very beautiful and amazing stream that we have planned. All right. It is December, the last month of the year. And technically, depending on who you ask, it is the month of giving back. It is the month also when Santa Claus decides to travel all around the world and give presents. It is also the same month where the one and only God decides to come into the world in human form and live a life of basically teaching to free us from slavery or death or evil. His name is Jesus Christ. And I thought, why don't we do things a little bit differently here? And instead of playing video games like we would normally be doing, or instead of making music, or instead of listening to music, and you might be seeing me drill my nose or touch it very frequently because it's very itchy. Again, my hair, my luscious, sexy hair is in the way. So, I thought to myself, why don't I do something different and give back to whoever may, indulge or benefit into the wisdom that I have to impart, right? And what I can certainly do, or how I can certainly give back, is by teaching you guys, or teaching anybody who wants to venture into the realms of content creation, more specifically YouTube or live streaming, how to exactly do just that. And I see my homie XR Carnage X, the legend himself, Daniel. And yo, homie, how we feeling? We're feeling great. I'm actually a little bit, off base, considering that, I grew my hair from almost bald, not bald, but like military buzz cut. Let's see. See, that's my hair normally, but I grew my hair. Oh, man. This is not a wig, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is actual my hair. I can, make my face or my head just grow hair magically. And since I was going to give a class today, I thought, let's rock out this beautiful, luscious hair. Damn, I look sexy, bro. And just look the part, the sexy skits, being a sexy teacher. Just luscious, beautiful, and amazing. And how are we doing, my G? Happy Monday, by the way. Happy first of the month, by the way. Happy first of the last month, baby, by the way. Sending a lot of love, sending a lot of big energy, big balls, big dick energy to one of Twitch's finest legends. Not even. To one of planet Earth's finest legends. Ooh. And we also have a legend here asking, what's your hair growth protocol? But before I answer that question, my G, good afternoon to one of the planet's most insane creators, a gamer enthusiast, a movie giga chad, a TTMMORPG birth giver. We got the boy, we got the legend Octo. I think we're going to have to pull the soundboard. I think we're going to have to do that. And good afternoon, my G. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon. A big hug to the homie Octo. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. Let me get this shit ready, bro. Now, we can't curse in class, man. I just committed a cardinal sin. But we're going to have to go, before I answer that question, I'm just going to have to give a round of applause. Where is it? There we go. A round of applause to the two gentlemen that we got right here, Daniel and Octo. And what's what's your hair growth protocol? Now that's a very interesting question. You know, a lot of people say that to grow hair you need a lot of vitamin C, and vitamin C meaning vitamin semen. And you know I'm not about that gay shit, but I had to stroke the wang for about 70 hours in a span of 8 hours. I actually also had to bend time. I had to condense 70 hours into 8. And I had to do things with my wang so insane that my hair just grows out. All thanks to the power of vitamin C. Can we give a clap to vitamin C, gentlemen? But you got nice hair though. Yeah. This is the sexiest hair as it comes, right? I know all of you want to look like me right now. That's a different story. Aim that shit upwards. Yep. I mean, many people will say you got to drink a lot of orange juice, maybe some lemonade. I would agree if by vitamin C you mean semen, and you stroke that wang for about 70 hours, condensed in 8. But the only human being who can do that is me. None of you can. I mean, who else do you know out there in the world that can bend time to his or her own will? Nobody. It's only skits here. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, and we got the Legend Octo and the Legend Sir Carnage. We're going to be doing something different. We're going to be giving back to whoever may concern. All right? But, I think if you want to be watching this live stream or this class, at the very least, you will have an interest regarding, YouTube, streaming, Twitch, or how to become a YouTuber or a streamer, because that's what you want to be in the future. Rub this stuff called Nair on your head. It will grow a lot of hair. Don't do that, joking. Don't worry. You see, I can just go back. I can just take my hair like this. Bam. But I can just also, wow. I can also do that. And it just looks even better. My hair is insane. Anyways, that's not the topic, guys. I know everybody wants to know what the swag is like. What's going on? What the hell? But hey, today we're not going to be talking about how I got this sexy hair overnight. We're going to be talking about how to YouTube or how to stream in 2026. Again, TLDR, first day of the month. Last month of the year. We're all about giving back. All right? Giving to you guys. Those who need it. All right? So, and we're also going to be listening to jazz music. And what the hell if it isn't my homie? I don't know why the hell YouTube is doing this with the usernames. But I know this is my homie Rocky. And Rocky, a big hug to you, my G. Happy Monday. Big hug. Hopefully my G Rocky doing amazing. And everybody in the chat as well. Yeah, happy last month as well. It's crazy. Yeah, 2025 went by in a snap of a Thanos. Snap. And Jesus, yeah. 2026 is just 30 days away. That's fucking incredible. Or crazy, depending on who you ask. For me, it's crazy. Time is passing by way too fucking, how'd you call it, bro? Way too slow. Yo. Yeah, I think this is good. This is good. I think you know what we're gonna do as well. We're gonna do this, bro. We're gonna lower that there. We're gonna lower this here. Yeah, my bad. My apologies, guys. Normally I have that camera there when we're doing gaming or shit, but we're not doing gaming today. We're gonna be doing a class. Again, how to YouTube and how to stream in 2026. Now, this is only, well, while this class is for everybody, right? Because anybody is free to watch, anybody is free to absorb the information that is about to be shared. And yeah, 2030 is in 4 years. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, crazy. While this information, is suited to everybody and for everybody, again, this is more specific for people who want to, again, start creating content, or, you might have an inclination in the near future, possibly as far as today. I want to be a YouTuber or I want to be a streamer. What do I do? What are the necessary components? What are the ingredients? What equipment do I need to have? What characteristics as a human being do I need to, have? What traits can I improve on? What don't I need? What is useless? Etc., etc. And I will try to answer everything to the best of my ability. And should there need to be a more extensive and more of an in-depth guide on how to do exactly that, well, if you guys ask, you shall receive. But, and before I also start, you guys see that it says how to YouTube and stream in 2026 with chat. That means it's with you guys as well. So I'm going to be taking in feedback from you guys, and we're going to be putting it in this this guide that we got, this gigantic ass template here, because this is going to be pretty much where we jot down the notes and what the file that I'm going to have, and I'm going to be able to send to you guys if you need it. All right. And I very much intend to do this class with you guys, because your opinion is also very important. And some of you are also content creators, so you might have a thing or two to say. Now, before you become a YouTuber or a streamer, the fundamental thing and the most important question that you must ask yourself before you begin your journey is, why do I want to become a YouTuber or a content creator? Because the motivations, your reasons as to why you want to pursue YouTube or content creation are very, very, very important. All right? And there could be a multitude of reasons as to why anybody would want to do this. It's kind of like the One Piece intro. And by the way, creative! I am still thinking. Yo, this is so epic, bro. New content alert. Yes, sir! We're here to give back. It's the month of December. December 1st, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And since I am the sexiest to ever do it, the most insane, I've got 2 billion fans, subscribers, 7 quintillion views. I gotta just show the sauce. Give back the sauce. Because again, I'm not a selfish guy. My interests in my world, there's tens of millions of successful YouTubers and content creators. All right? So that's what's going to happen, all right? If I have the information, if I have the access, you bet as damn well that I'm going to share it with the boys, with the gang, with the world, with everybody. Again, I got nothing to hide. And I want everybody to be happy, everybody to be successful. If this is what you want to do, then best believe that you're in the best place to learn. And sup, gang? What's up? What's up? I see my homie Mark, my homie Creative in the building. Big hug. You guys are a little bit late to the start of the class. And the class is how to YouTube and stream in 2026 with you guys, with chat as well. So, before anybody starts this journey, again, it is very important that you ask yourself, as a future content creator, a future YouTuber, a future streamer, Why do you want to become a YouTuber or a content creator? Now, there are many, many, many reasons, right? Let's go ahead and make another text box here. And let's also decrease the font there. Now, do you want to do it for the money? Because, well, when you look at successful YouTubers or content creators, those of us who enjoy, 7 quintillion fans, 17 billion views, the wig is insane. This is no wig, ladies and gentlemen. This is my hair. I grew it overnight. If you guys believe in Thanos, he can snap a finger and delete the entire universe. You best believe I have the ability to grow my hair in less than 20 hours. All right, thanks to the power of vitamin C, aka vitamin semen, and condensing a Wang stroke that lasted 70 hours. I can also bend time, by the way. Condense it into 7 hours of sleep and stroking the Wang, my hair grows. Right? That is a superpower. And sorry, sir. Now you guys can fuck around in chat. I don't mind. So long as you guys are paying attention with one ear, you can fuck around with the other one. I'm good. I'm not a guy who's gonna, berate or give you guys, hit you with a ruler or something if you're making noise or whatnot. Stop making fun of the teacher. I'm gonna report you to the principal. There we go. So, okay. Money. Again, we live in we just live in a very crazy era. All right. 2025. If we compare the salary and what you could do with a salary in 2025, you sure as hell ain't doing what you're doing with your salary in 2025 with what you could do with it in a year like, let's say, 1960. All right? If you worked at Walmart in 1960, you could buy a house, a car, you could get insurance, you could set your kids up for multiple colleges, you had a pretty nice retirement fund, and you probably had investments to boot, right? But in 2025, only the billionaires, right, or the ultra rich are benefiting from a salary because, again, these people make inexorbitant amounts of money. The common man and the common woman, as a human being, I'm just disheartened to say that we're all kind of struggling, all right? Money just means less today. Money is worth less today than it ever has at one point. And hey, unfortunately, a lot of people, and I say unfortunately, a lot of people are drawn into content creation because they see successful YouTubers and streamers, and they see the yachts, the mansions, the Bugattis, the cars, the vacations they take, the trips to Dubai, the trips to Paris, the smooch at the top of the Eiffel Tower. All right? They see all of that, and they're like, I want this shit. I'm tired of being broke. Or I don't want to be poor anymore. I want to be exactly like Mr. Beast. And we're not going to question or judge the moral or ethics as to why you would want to be a YouTuber. So if you want to do it for the money, amen, my G. You might also do it or want to do it for the fame. All right. Maybe you have a anime character complex, or maybe you just didn't have the attention you deserved by your friends or your family, mom and dad and siblings. And you crave attention. You just want to be the center of the universe. The whole world revolves around you, and you don't care about the money, really. You just want the attention. You just want the fame. So be it. But then you have passion, right? Which would, in my opinion, be the best case scenario. Why are you going to do YouTube? Why are you going to pursue streaming? if the answer is it's because you love the game, you love the art form, and maybe you also want to help others. Could also be entertain. Or maybe you just want to create. Again. But normally helping others to entertain and to create, they're all kind of subs beneath passion. All right? But believe me, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Again, we're not going to question here the morality of why you want to become a YouTuber or a content creator. And if you want to do it for the money, for the fame, for the passion, just to help others, to entertain, or to just simply create, amen. But at the very least, before you start your journey, you have to understand why you want to start doing it in the first place. That would be incredible. So I'm Papa, so nothing can touch me. Well, I'm Daddy, and I can touch you. Pause. Do anything I want. So, number one, very important. Why do I want to become a YouTuber or a content creator? And I guess it's time to add another text box, because we're going to do two. Do I have a plan? Do I have a plan? Right? I guess it's important to also write another text box here and call this before. Oh shit. We gotta do this before starting. Yeah, before starting. Why do I want to become a YouTuber or a content creator? And number two, do I have a plan? So, do I have a plan? Very, very important. I can't deal with the wig. It's a sexy wig, huh? Not wig, my bad. My hair! You degenerate. I know, I look good. Sexy time. So, do I have a plan? It's very important, bro. You know, a lot of people, including yours truly here, just went and YOLO'd this without having a plan. All right? And Skits, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? What does even a plan mean? All right. We're going to do this like this. Hey, do I have a niche? Have I explored what the fuck I even want to YouTube or stream about? Again, keyword here is niche. Now, if you are a seasoned YouTuber like myself, or if you have been kind of familiar with YouTube or streamer terminology, you're going to see that niche is a word that is thrown very heavily. And you look so different with the hair down. I know, isn't it amazing? It's just sexy time. By the way, Adam, welcome back, the legend Adam in the motherfucking building, baby. Everybody say hey to Adam right now. God bless you, my G. Good morning, good Monday, good everything. Happy first of the month. First of the month, last month of the year. Holy moly. And yeah, we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be talking about this, how to become a YouTuber in 2026 or a streamer, because I know the sauce and I want to give back to all of you who might be interested in becoming a YouTuber or a streamer in the future. Maybe it's you, Adam. Maybe it's you, Creative. Maybe it's also Mark. Who knows? But if you ask me, the more, the merrier. So, and again, my G, hopefully you're having a beautiful day. Welcome to the class. All right, so yeah, if you are very familiar with the lingo, you've been around YouTube, you've explored, you've maybe thought about, becoming a content creator. A lot of people are going to throw this word around, which is niche. All right. Now, if you take the word niche in biological, if it's a biological definition, it's a definition in biology class, then a niche would be the certain role that you have to play in the ecosystem that you're in. You might be a carnivore, so you eat herbivores or other animals. You control the population. Maybe you're a plant and you're a vegetable or something, and you provide oxygen to those around you. Maybe you're a herbivore and you rid of these. You get rid of plants so that there are not many plants. All right. And I think my niece is dominating the auction house, man. I love you, Yuri. I love you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one, the only Yuri. A good friend of mine. I would consider a brother. And a fellow World of Warcrafter. And a very smart guy, also. A demon, I would say. And thank you, G. No, man, thank you for being here, my man. By the way, you and I have to do some talking off stream or off YouTube. Again, I think I told you to play Ascension. It's honestly bonkers, but we'll talk about that later. Back to niche, ladies and gentlemen. And big hugs to Yuri, too, by the way. Hopefully you're having a beautiful Monday, my G. Happy Monday. Last month of the year. Jesus. Still can't get over how fast time passes by. Jesus Christ. And yes, I do remember. Don't worry about it. Okay. So yeah, this word niche. What is it? What do I do? What's my niche? Well, niche basically the type of content that you're going to be talking about throughout the very early stages of your YouTube career or your streaming career. Again, niche or type of content. All right. So that could be, let's say, are you going to be talking about anime? Wait. Are you going to be talking about sports? No, more specifically, football. Are you going to be talking about, let's say, space? Are you going to be talking about physics? Are you going to be talking about history? Or are you going to be talking about music? Music is too vague, though. Let's say rap. Are you going to be talking about war? Are you going to be talking about medicine? Are you going to be doing content about gym or fitness? Or you don't have any idea. Now that would be bad. And video games and memes brought you the most views. Yep. Except Yuri, it's Yuri here. Oh man, not that Yuri. Now, this is very important, again, for you to answer yourself or ask yourself, right? What the hell am I going to talk about? Or what the hell am I going to do videos about? And before you start your YouTube journey or your streaming journey, you gotta have a niche. It's very important because YouTube, for example, YouTube doesn't like when you're doing content or you're doing videos about anything or everything. This is very important. All right, new looks fire. Oh yeah, yeah. I know everybody loves it. Don't I look sexy, man? It's incredible. It's for the class. By the way, Hans, welcome. Beautiful Monday, beautiful Hans, beautiful day. First day of the month. Last month of the year. Welcome to Hans. Welcome to the sexy beast from the Netherlands. Wish I had hair like that. All you gotta do is stroke that dick 25 hours. Drink some vitamin C. Vitamin semen and pause. And you're gonna be able to, you can't just simply grow your hair overnight from this, right? Again, it's not a wig, guys. It's actually a science experiment. You can't do that. You can't do that unless you sacrifice. All right? Take some vitamin C or stroke that wang for a condensed period of time. Your hair, well, at least it works for me. Again, I'm just a gigantic machine of a human being, so. So again, here, back to the niche. YouTube doesn't like when you're doing videos about anything or everything. At least in the beginning. And in the beginning, I'm going to have to say, yeah, let's say start to 2 years. 2 years. More or less. All right? Now, how do we demonstrate this, right? Say I was a YouTube channel, Beautiful Skits here, who pretty much does whatever he wants. But say this YouTube channel was only focused about cars, right? Cars. Just talk about cars here. Bugattis, Lamborghinis, Mercedes, fast cars, slow cars, cheap cars, expensive cars, cars that are easy to make, cars that are hard to make, cars that could withstand a nuclear bomb impact, cars that could just melt if you just put a lighter in it. Whatever. It's a car channel, right? And let's say that I start making videos about cars, and then I start bringing in car fans, right? Or people who like to subscribe to the idea of cars and a car-themed channel. And then I suddenly start making videos about marshmallows and the kinds of marshmallows that there are, how cheap, expensive they are, how well they get paired with chocolate, cheese, or shrimps. You guys would be like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, wasn't this a car channel? What the fuck is this homie doing about YouTube videos about marshmallows? And then immediately after one marshmallow video, I make a YouTube video about chameleons and how sexy chameleons are and how, I don't know, how well they serve as aphrodisiacs and just how amazing the anatomy of a chameleon is. The car people and the marshmallow people are going to be like, what the fuck's this guy doing? So imagine if fans don't like that, don't like the switch up between different genres or different types of content or styles. Imagine fucking YouTube. So let's say one day I make a video about anime and let's say how powerful Goku is. I make, I don't know, a couple of videos like that. And then suddenly I'm going to make a video about puppies and how much, happiness can a puppy give you or provide you. If people don't like switch ups, YouTube hates it even more. All right? Because what YouTube does is YouTube starts promoting your type of content. And licking bright colored frogs in the jungle would make an amazing content. Yeah, but that would have to be for like a frog channel or an animal channel, and that would be pretty cool. Or a substance channel, like let's say that YouTube channel that likes talking about drugs and whatnot. It's content for them, but not for anybody else, you know? So what YouTube does is when YouTube identifies your niche, because it takes a little bit for YouTube to start doing just that, then YouTube starts promoting your videos to people who like what you like. So if I'm a Naruto content creator, then YouTube is going to eventually find out after a period of time that I make Naruto related videos, and then YouTube is going to promote my Naruto related videos to people who have Naruto in their algorithm, who search up Naruto, who like Naruto related videos, who comment on Naruto related videos. The algorithms are very sophisticated and they are very fine-tuned today. And if YouTube cannot promote your content because YouTube doesn't know what the fuck your channel is about, believe me, you will most likely become a dead YouTube channel or a dead YouTuber / content creator. And how you immediately kill your YouTube channel is by switching from niche to niche, or basically telling YouTube, I don't know what kind of content I want you to promote, because I don't even know what my YouTube channel is about in the first place. So number one, having a plan and having a niche is very important. Now, and yeah, you have to stick with your niche for at least 1 to 2 years, or from when you begin to it's 22, right? Okay. So B, let's go to B, boys. B, do I have the necessary, I don't know if this is how you spell it, necessary, but all right. Do I have the necessary equipment and knowledge? This is B. So what is this? The fuck are you talking about, skits? Well, equipment, by equipment, I'm talking about, let's say, a computer. A computer, a camera. What else? Editing software. What else do you think we need? Why do I want to be a YouTuber? Money. Do I have a plan? Make money. I mean, if it'd be as simple as that, I think we'd be somewhere else, I guess. So, do I have the necessary equipment and knowledge? Computer, camera, and editing software. It could even be now a mobile device. Phone. And let's see. Script writing. Yeah. Okay. A microphone. Yeah. Very good. Very good. We have got Mark here. Microphone. Yeah. Guys, what else? What else do you think we're missing here? Because this is very important. All right. Now, do I have the necessary equipment and knowledge? Yeah. YouTube and streaming is not something that you can execute just with bare hands alone. All right. If you don't have any of these, you're going to be pretty much screwed. All right. Because at the very least, you're going to need a computer. And at the very least, you're going to need a camera. And at the very least, you're going to be needing editing software. All right. Editing software, aka the program or the computer program, the mobile app you're going to use to edit your videos in order to tell a story. All right. Power of the mind, ChatGPT expertise. Don't think power of the mind more important than ChatGPT for sure. And I guess, mobile devices, a phone, some experience, script writing, or, storytelling, and a microphone are also very important. But I think the three first ones, a computer, a camera, or an editing software. And if you don't have a computer, then a mobile device or a phone. Because now phones do have the ability to crank out YouTube videos or streams even. So it's also very, very, very... If you don't got a computer, a camera, or a phone, or editing software, it's going to be shut down immediately. Because you need these devices, right? And if you don't have them, then you better start asking your parents for this coming Christmas gift. I want one of these. Or in the case you don't, you're above the age of 18, or you're independent, so to speak, and you're working, then you start saving up for one of these. All right? And my advice would be that you don't need to become successful. Let's also make another text box here. And you also need a sexy mark? Maybe. So note, you don't need the most expensive of these things, nor the cheapest, to start or have a successful YouTube channel, Twitch. Yeah, some people think that you're going to need the most fancy, the fanciest of the fanciest, the most expensive. Do I need an iPhone 17 or do I need a Samsung 20? Do I need a $4,000 MacBook Pro? Or do I need a $7,000 Alienware PC? Absolutely not. But if you are considering to buy the cheapest equipment, maybe you have a saying in your language or in your culture that is familiar to one of mine in Spanish. In Spanish, it goes, lo barato sale caro. And that basically means the cheap translates to expensive. Because normally the cheapest products are very terrible in quality. They might break easily. They don't last anything at all. And you're going to find yourself buying multiple of the same product. And you are going to find out eventually that, after you buy the 7th cheapest cell phone, you would have been like, man, I should have used my money to buy a normal or a kind of good cell phone. Because again, the cheapest of the cheapest, the poorest of the poor products, they tend to be the worst of all in quality, in longevity, in durability, etc., etc. All right? So mid-range is good enough, absolutely. And need money. Yeah, unfortunately. And when it comes to cameras as well, I think I need to do this right now because I felt kind of victim to this. When it comes to camera, buy one that can zoom in, zoom out. Very, very important. Because what happens, or what happened to me, let's say with this GoPro. Now, while the GoPro is a very insane camera, this thing can even capture video of up to 8K quality. This is beyond, ultra. This goes beyond 4K. Now, it's a very good camera, but the only thing it doesn't have is a zoom in, zoom out. You can't zoom in or zoom out with the GoPro. It's just one static take. You can't really change it. And while you can zoom in and zoom out in editors or in your video editing software, it's not going to be the same. Like when you zoom in, zoom out with a camera, it's way better. And sometimes you want to tell a story and you want to accentuate certain things. You don't want to do it in the editing software. You want to do it with the same camera. All right. So I would definitely recommend you buy a camera that can zoom in, zoom out. All right, and that, you know, if it can capture 4K, you're more than good enough. And I think nowadays there are very affordable options when it comes to what camera you want to use to capture your video. All right. So just a very, very tippity tip coming from, again, yours truly here, the best YouTuber in the world. So we've gone over, boom, do I have the niche, boom, and do I have the necessary equipment and knowledge? All right. Now, see, again, what do I need? If I've explored the niche and I have the necessary equipment, you're also going to what? Fuck, man. No, it's here. We're gonna have to do it here. Oh man, again, what the fuck is going on, bro? There we go. Okay. C. Again, what is very important? If you're recording 8K, you can zoom 4 times and it's still gonna be HD. Yeah. But again, you want to, it's preferably to have zoom in the camera than if you do it in the editor. Believe me. And, okay. Time. All right. Time. You got to factor in, right, before you start, it is very, very important that you factor in time. All right. What the fuck are you talking about, Skits? Well, in 2026, starting your YouTube channel or your Twitch or whatever platform is not going to be easy unless you are a master of the fundamentals and a master algorithm. All right. Yeah. In 2026, starting your YouTube channel, your Twitch, and your whatever platform is not going to be easy unless you are a master of the fundamentals and a master algorithm expert. Right? If you are, let's say, a Mr. Beast, which again, it is very hard. I had to put in some drip there. Yeah, Mark is saying something very valid. Let's say in 2006 there was less competition. Yeah, one of the reasons why the longer you take to start your YouTube channel or your streaming career is what Mark is alluding to. Again, the more time passes, the more there are in the space. So just the more competition that you got. All right. And even though there is a science, right? There, you could say like there is a science in how to go viral or how to make a very, how to make a viral video, right? You have to have such an understanding of like human psychology or YouTube, the platform that you want to succeed in. You have to factor in that you know what trends are, what chasing trends is like. You have to just spend an exorbitantly ungodly amount of time in the platform, understanding the platform, understanding human behavior and human consumption, what makes a YouTube video viral, and blah, 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 right? And again, you're going to need a lot of time. Slow down. A lot of time to make videos. A lot of time to give yourself to grow. A lot of time to study the game. A lot of time to do those three again and again and again. All right. But for example, 10K people versus 100 million people, easier to get attention against 10K. Yeah, that's also true. So I think I have to also make a text box. You're going to have to develop a mindset in which you are running a marathon and not a sprint. Again, time is very, very important. And this one specifically, let's bring this there, and let's bring the damn girl, you're looking sharp. Thank you, my G Spider-Man. Thank you, man. I am indeed very sexy, huh? Sheesh. Welcome back to the stream, my G Peter Parker, aka Spider Reezy. Spider-Man Tizzle. He ain't in the streets of New York saving lives. He's actually hanging out after his superhero shift, chilling here with us. And I want to say God bless you, my G. God bless you, brother. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. First day of the month, last month of the year. Oh, shit. And that's, what are we learning today? Spider-Man in the house. Yes, sir. And what are we learning today? We've been doing a class called the How to YouTube Stream in 2026 with Chat. And we've already gone through the fundamentals before starting. What? You want to do this? Do I have a plan? You want to do that? And do you have time? You want to do that as well? And yeah, I would advise you, if you are interested in this course, my G, to just go back in time and go over what we've been talking about, because we've been going over a lot of things, and this is where we are right now. We're talking about time. Oh, bless me, the skit secret. Yes, sir. Hey, Mark, hope you're good. Yeah. I mean, it's the month of giving back. It is December. I thought to start over, or to start off the month, sorry, I would make a stream or a YouTube video talking about what I know in my area of expertise, which is a little bit of YouTube. And I, for one, am a person that is interested in having more successful creators. I don't care if there's millions or billions of us. The more the merrier, as they say. And if you are a YouTuber or an aspiring YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or whatever, then maybe this is going to be helpful for you, because I certainly know some stuff. And skits, you should do IRL streams. In my country, it's impossible. You'd be effing great at it, I swear. I mean, it would be amazing, but in my country, it's just not possible. In Venezuela, it's a 0% chance. Yeah, we don't have the infrastructure to be able to IRL stream. We don't have the internet outside, the safety, the kind of the culture. It would just be, there's way more risks than non-risks. So, yeah, it's just different. If I would live somewhere else, maybe. If I'd be like in Europe or in the States or in Canada, I could consider it. But in Venezuela, it's 100% no. So you would get your camera snatched. It could happen. It really could. It really, really could. But that's only one negative out of the many. So the most important one, we don't have the mobile data. We don't have the internet. We don't have the infrastructure to be able to, crank out IRL streams at all. It's just that our internet sucks. But we're not going to talk about that right now. All right, it's the YouTube class. It's not Skits IRL and why I don't or can't IRL here in Venezuela at the moment. So, guys, time. Okay, to just go back. All right, with time. Again, this is all before starting your YouTube channel or your Twitch career. Time, all right? Again, in 2026, starting your YouTube channel, Twitch, whatever platform, is not going to be easy. Unless you're a master of the fundamentals and a master algorithm expert. Let's say somebody like Mr. Beast or somebody relative to him. And you're going to need a lot of time to make videos, a lot of time to give yourself to grow, a lot of time to study the game, very important, and a lot of time to those three again and again and again. All right? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So, you're going to need to develop the mindset or the mentality that you're going to be running a marathon and not a sprint. And it's going to take a long, long time. All right? If you succeed earlier than what you give yourself, that's going to be amazing, obviously. And it could definitely happen. Again, sometimes I think YouTube and, live streaming or whatever social media platform that you want to chase and have a career in, I think luck is a very important factor, and you can get lucky indeed. So let's say luck does exist, and I just want to say for sure. All right. Again, like let's say out of the gabillions of people who play the lottery, there's gonna be one that wins, right? And you don't win by art of math unless that math is lucky, right? When you consider the fact that people who win the lottery, it's more probable that you get struck by lightning, realistically speaking, than you winning the lottery, right? Then a person who's won the lottery can most definitely say, yo, man, I was just lucky, bro. There's quintillions motherfuckers trying to win this shit. I won it out of millions and millions of people. All right? My obsessive mind wants you to do this in Excel. If you have it, nah, bro, fuck that. And money. Again, Jesus, man. Going all creative. It's all about money for him, huh? And, yeah, luck definitely does exist, all right? Let's say I could also consider myself one of the lucky ones. While I have been doing this for a long time, I think that I am, the thing that I am luckiest of is the people who support me. So we got Peter Parker, we got Creative, and we got Mark, and we got many more. And I did definitely get lucky, 100%. And maybe, there's somebody out there who could objectively or logistically say shit like, if I'd given myself, almost 3 years to grow a YouTube channel, I'd have way more subscribers than you Skits. And that could also be very valid. But at least in the 2 years and some change that I have making YouTube videos or streaming or whatnot, I would still definitely consider myself way, way lucky. And even though, I still don't have tens of thousands of homies, or even though I still cannot, I might consider myself a YouTuber, for sure. Again, I'm partnered. I can already start making money out of this. I mean, I'm not living off of this, but, I'm on pace. And also, the reason I share my analytics is just because I believe in transparency, bro. I don't mind homies, peeping in the stats at all. So, yeah, there might be an argument that in comparison to others, we're kind of lucky. I mean, in comparison to others, we're not, that big. We're not the YouTubers who make a difference in the macro number sense. But yeah, your partner, you made it. Yeah, I still can say that I am partnered. I can monetize, and man, I still have a love for the game. I want to do this for a long time. I'm passionate about it, and I already found a group of people who support me through thick and thin, and most certainly I am in the very few, not in the very many. But again, it takes time, all right? It certainly did take years. It wasn't a daily or a weekly or a monthly thing. I had to be doing this for years, and I am still going to be running the race for years. And as you can see, since April 25, 2023, which is when I started my adventure specifically, I have a total of 1,238 YouTube videos. That's almost It's almost 2 videos a day, more. And we still haven't even cracked 300,000 views. All right. We still have to get platinum here. And I certainly have way too many videos. It's one video per 2 subscribers. It's a crazy ratio. Let's see. Do you prefer and G Skits at making that YouTube money? Let's go. And do you prefer people like yesterday to clug up in the chat? Nah, hell no, bro. Yesterday was definitely a weird case, and the answer to that would be no. But that's a very unique case scenario because we got raided by a community of degenerates, and I don't know how often something like that can happen, but that is very, very unique. And both, it was quantity, but it was just terrible quality of individuals. But again, it's only very specific to this community of a guy. And step 1, have the biggest dick in the game, baby. It's K Busy in the building, baby. Let's go. Welcome back to the homie Kalani Beats, baby. And rated by D-Gens. What? Cool. Yeah, gotta go watch that Final Fantasy stream that happened yesterday to understand what was going on from start to finish, because oh boy, was it one for the books. All right. So yeah, time. And again, to summarize what we're doing, what in God's name is on your head? It's my beautiful hair, man. I'm teacher skits today, so I had to come with the teacher attire, and the teacher attire involves luscious, sexy hair. Oh yeah. And I had to grow my hair overnight, so I had to time out multiple people and our accounts. Yeah. Guys, again, let's focus on what we got in front of us, which is the class. After the class, we can talk about anything and everything, all right? But right now, it's class time. And the class is how to YouTube or stream in 2026. All right? And we've been on the first slide for almost an hour, teacher. Yeah, man. It's hard when you got to read into the chat and to consider all you degenerates what you're saying, huh? Because I'm reading the chat and I'm looking, and sometimes we deviate. It's hard. It's hard to just stay on topic. But all right, I'll ignore you guys for a little bit and go on with the class. All right? Then I'll read later. and un petit frolin. And yeah, we had to actually moderate yesterday. We did. We did. So I guess, again, all this stuff that we got here, 1, 2, and we need to add in a 3 here. Because it's actually a 3. It's not a C. 3. There we go. Boom. This is kind of all the befores, right? And now we're actually going to have to do this. Starting out. Starting out. All right. Boom. You're going to have to fundamentally, all right, A or 1, come up with a YouTube channel name. All right. Well, what happened there? YouTube channel name. Well, it could also be like a Twitch streamer name. And let's get into how to make money. Oh, man. Well, coming up with a YouTube channel name is the first step to start making money. All right? And, you know, a name should be kind of like this. All right? Oh, shit. We need to... This is... Again, take A, for example. Actually, let's go like this. A. Big Dick Gaming. Or it could be called Big Dicks. Big Dicks. You know? What is the foundation of a very good name? Alright? Now, the foundation of every good YouTuber or Twitch name is short and concise. Short and concise. You wouldn't want a YouTube name or a Twitch name that is over 70 letters. All right? Mark GPT coin. We need to get into the crypto coin. Skits coin. That could be nice. But no, I don't think I'll ever be in the crypto space. That place is too messed up. Too shady for me to even want to do something. If it's for like the memes, sure, but in reality, nah, bro. So again, you want your YouTube or Twitch to be very short and concise. Anything above like 10 keys, 20 keys is diabolical. All right? And the longer you make it, the more you are condemning yourself to a demise in the near future. All right? So, yeah, you're not going to have a name like Big Dick Gaming and books and libraries to go from here to 123459878bigdicks.com. All right? That is a headache. All right? You want to have something short and concise. And you also want something that means your name means something to you and to the people that watch you. Again, it has to be... Let me do this. Yeah. Your name has to have something of meaning to you. All right? All right? Because if it doesn't mean anything, you're not going to have any attachment. You want to attach. You want to develop some sort of bond, some sort of attachment to your name. All right? And I think those two things, let's say, let's also do this, has your niche in it. As in, let's say, skits, anime, for example. Now, this is a bonus. This doesn't really have to be true, but it can be. Let me also go down here. Boom. Right? So, for example, yeah, if it be something like skits anime, you definitely know that, you're talking about anime in this YouTube channel, right? If it's skits football, then it's going to be about football. If it's skits coin, then it could be about the crypto market or whatever, or cryptocurrency. So that is a bonus, all right? But preferably, you want your name to be short and concise. You want your name to mean something to you and the people who watch you. And if you can have your niche included in the name, a bonus, all right? Definitely a bonus. And yeah, now, all right. Make your first YouTube video or stream. Yeah, once you have the fundamentals, boom, 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 it's time to start making content. All right, it's time to get the gears going, the system running, and boom. And now, keep in mind, let's see, your first YouTube video and stream is not going to be perfect. Absolutely not. All right? Your first YouTube video and your first stream is not going to be perfect. And if you're going to be a perfectionist, and if you were going to be a perfectionist, you are never going to release anything. So release what you got. All right? Very, very, very important. A lot of people, including myself, hold the content that we do to very unrealistic standards. And let's say if it's in the beat making niche, if we're making beats, you want your beats to be Mozart level. Yeah, release your content in my face. Yeah, I hold myself to standards that are almost like near Mozart levels. They just have to be perfect. Or at least this was my case in the very beginning. And then I realized that, if I'm going to... The concept of perfect doesn't really exist. Right? And I started taking it easier on myself. And you could say that every single video of mine has a certain flaw. It's definitely not perfect. But at least it has some sort of standard, right? Because if it wouldn't, none of my videos would ever exist in the first place. So, yeah. I mean, your first YouTube video is going to be, kind of cringy. Not the best. But you adhere yourself to this following rule. The more you do it, the better you get at it. All right? So I think B, right? The more you do it and the better you get at it, is not necessarily only true to YouTube. It's true to everything. All right? So the more you play guitar, for example, and I think Mark could be a direct reference to this because Mark is or was a guitar player or a guitarist. The more you play the guitar, the better you get at it, right? Let's say you are also, partaking in a martial arts. Maybe it's karate. Again, Mark We got martial artist Mark here, the karate expert. Well, the first karate class you go to, not the best, right? But the last karate class you go to, and if it's years, you're probably going to be a black belt, if you keep on progressing and shit. Unc, you about to mop the floor with that? Or what's up? Yeah, man, it's Skit's teacher here. I am. And by the way, Dubious, welcome to the stream, baby. We are in a How to YouTube and Stream in 2026 with chat. We're in a class. And right now we're at the starting out phase of the class. And no, I'm not going to mop the floor. I'm just going to be sexy here with my beautiful hair. And by the way, beautiful Monday to you, sir. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day, my G Dubious. And happy first of the month, and happy first day of the last month of the year. It is the 1st of December. We're giving back the entire month of December. That's why today we're doing something different. We're giving a master class on how to YouTube or Twitch in 2026. All right. Oh shit, Doobie is present. Let's go, baby. Anyone else got a crush on the teacher? Let's go, man. Hopefully it's everybody has a crush on me because it's sexy time. All right. So again, your first video is going to be terrible in comparison to your 20th video, your 100th video. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, okay? Which is also true for anything in life. You start running the first day you're going to run, you're probably not going to run a lot of miles. But the more you run, the more you walk, the more distances you're going to cover, the better you get at it, okay? Same thing happens with content creation. So, for example, your first video is probably going to be, by many metrics, ass. But your video 100, if you're learning from your mistakes, if you're correcting your errors, and if you just, take into consideration that you have a curve, you got like a progression curve, and there's a very big difference between the first video you release and the 100th to the 1000, and the comparisons or the differences, they're completely abysmal. All right. So fortunately, YouTube or streaming, they adhere themselves to these rules, in which a lot of things also adhere to. So the more you do it, the better you get at it. And number C, letter C. All right. And this is more true for in 2026. In 2026, you have, in caps, you have to be consistent. All right? Meaning you upload, I don't know, what is consistency? What is consistency? That is going to be different between what type of content you release and how frequently you think you should release. All right. So if you're going to be making like documentary style videos, they are minutes in length. There's 40, 50 minutes plus, 60 minute plus, 70 minute plus, and they're high in quality, and you probably release once every month, or let's say twice every month, once every 2 weeks. You got to stick to that schedule. Now, if your content is easy to edit and to perform and to upload, then you're going to be wanting to upload as much as you can. Maybe something like uploading every single day, or uploading one day yes, one day no. So you upload every 2 days. And believe me, the more you upload, the better. I'm going to have to say that immediately. The more you upload in 2026 specifically, the better. Again, right now we are subjected to the algorithm. The algorithm is insatiable. Not only is the algorithm insatiable, you as a consumer, I as a consumer, we are insatiable. We just want to see more. When's the next stream? When's the next YouTube video? When's the next documentary? When's the next song? When's the next X? When's the next YZ? People are more insatiable now in 2025 and soon to be 2026 more than ever. So in an ocean or in an ecosystem where more people are competing now more than ever, you want to be, and let's say that a person normally spends 1 hour of their free time on YouTube or on TikTok or whatever. Out of the 100 TikToks they are able to watch in a specific window of time, or out of the 100 YouTube shorts that a person watches on their mobile device, you know, in this very specific window of time, you want as many of your videos to be on that feed. All right? Because a person might just doom scroll and end up in one of your videos. But you're not going to be there in that person's feed if you don't upload consistently. So, unfortunately, or unless you're a workaholic and you like, you know, to just pump out as much content as possible, you have to set yourself up and remember that consistency, consistency is definitely key. And the more you upload, the better. And only if we three are together, skits is in the middle, sexy time. So yeah, man, I mean, consistency has to, you know, gotta get better. You gotta be consistent. And now we're going to talk about, you know, characteristics or fundamentals, which I also think are very important. And if I am missing something out, I will count on your expertise to help me. Characteristics of YouTuber/streamer. So these are things that you are going to want to consider, right? All right, characteristics of YouTube streamer. Yeah, most definitely. So, what kind of things do you want to have as a content creator? So, what kind of things do you want as a content creator? Let's also put this here. There. All right. And let's keep it there. So we're gonna do a list of bullets that I think are very important. Now, how important they are will be determined by you, because many of these things, again, this is like music. All right. We got Millie in the building. Mr. Mark, I can watch. Can I watch? Of course you can. Absolutely. Mr. Millie, welcome to one of the Romanias and one of the Europes and one of planet Earth's most insane beat makers here. Give a round of applause to the homie Millie. And also Dubious. And also anybody and everybody who's watching. Welcome back, my G. We are doing a How to YouTube Stream in 2026 with Champ. Of course. We've gone over a lot of things. And now we're at the part of the class where we're talking about what kind of things do you want as a YouTuber or as a content creator. All right. So number one, and I think I've learned this over time, and it is very important, because how good you are at storytelling. Very, very, very important. So, if you are very good at telling stories, or you have a mastery at the art of storytelling, believe me, you're going to have a crack, and you're going to be a very good YouTuber. Because part of writing a great script, or part of knowing what are the fundamentals in a video are the same things that are fundamentally in a good story. Does it have a good background? Does it have a good intro? Does it have a good preface? Does it have a good body? Does it have a good plot? Does it have good characters? Does it have a fun or entertaining and grasping story? And the better you are at being able to tell a story, the better you're going to be at making a YouTube video, making a song, making a beat, making a whatever. Because you can treat a YouTube video or a beat, a song, similar to the way that you would treat a story, or even identically. So, having a mastery of the art of storytelling is incredibly good. Something, again, that you're going to have to consider: are you going to be faceless or you? Alright, because many YouTube channels nowadays can be faceless. There's not a person that you can attach to the image or to the identity of the YouTube channel, because you never know who that person looks like. It doesn't even matter at some point. Or are you going to be a content creator that has your face or your image, your body, whatever, in as the brand or part of the brand? And if you're going to be a streamer, this is more important as a streamer. If you're going to be a streamer, you're going to have to, because people like to see a person doing things. So if I would do this, for example, let me pop my OBS. If I would do this, if I would not reveal my face to anybody, then Mark would have a problem, Dubious would also have a problem, and Valentine would also have a problem. At least at this point, because you know what I look like. I'm not hiding myself from anybody. But now that I have revealed myself, and now that you guys know how I look like, you want to see me instead of not seeing me. Now, if I would have made that choice to never reveal myself, then this YouTube channel, its trajectory, its identity, and my content would be entirely different than what it is right now. But I have no reason to hide myself. I definitely want to, the kind of YouTube videos or streams that I want to do, in great part involves showing myself or revealing myself. And I mean, it's something that you're going to have to, it's something that you're going to have to consider. And maybe this faceless part, we can actually drag it here, because that is something that you're going to have to consider before starting it. All right. So yeah, but how good you are at storytelling will determine in great part how successful your videos are, or how engaged people are to your content or to your streams or to whatever. Storytelling is important. Faceless or not faceless is also very important, but I'll put it up there. Now, these are stats that you're going to want to also have. In your niche, you're going to want to be very knowledgeable. How the fuck do you spell that? Okay, I'm just going to say know your niche. Know your niche a lot. I mean, you don't have to be smart, really. But whatever topic it is that you're talking about, bro, you got to know it. All right? Imagine you're an anime YouTuber, right? You're an anime content creator, and let's say you specifically make videos about Naruto. And you get caught saying some shit like, yeah, Naruto, the blue-haired kid who becomes the 9th Hokage. And yeah, he's like a guy who masters fire abilities, right? People are going to look at you like, what kind of fucking planet are you living on? That's not Naruto, bro. In fact, I don't even know what anime you're talking about. So, the more knowledge you have of your niche, the better. All right, because you don't want to be caught lacking or being an idiot in your field of expertise. Right? You're not going to call yourself Skits Anime and make anime videos and not know what the fuck you're talking about, because nobody's going to like that shit. So you're going to do that, right? I guess you could also say the more research you do, the better. Again, you know, because people are going to tell that you're making an effort to know about whatever it is that you're going to be talking about, and people like facts. Facts. F-A-X. Facts. All right? And the more knowledgeable you are, the better. Believe me. Believe me. Now, high charisma. Now, this as a stat is very, very, very important. You want to be charismatic. You want to be relatable. Again, I'm going to put that again. Relatable. You don't want to be this over-the-top, pompous asshole. All right? You don't want to lose touch with the ground that you're stepping on. You're a human being just like anybody else at the end of the day. And relatable and charisma are something that a person can lose the higher the numbers are for them, and the more successful or famous that person becomes. All right? So it's a very different story when you're talking to me, who, let's say I have an audience or a fan base of 2,000 people, than when you talk to somebody who has a fan base in the millions, right? Or in the tens of millions. And sometimes people, unfortunately, get their heads stuck in the wrong place. All right? And believe me, there is not a big difference on a human level between you, myself, and a guy who is very famous or knows how to play a instrument or is the guitarist in a famous band that you know of, maybe the Beatles or maybe AC/DC, or a YouTuber who has 50 million subscribers. All right? We all shit the same. We all eat the same. We all enjoy the same video games. We all do the same things. We all have a partner. It could be a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or a girlfriend. We all like things to do and things to not. And we are all, if you cut the tip of the finger, we all bleed red. All right? So the less relatable you are, the more you carry yourself as this godly deity because of the numbers you got or because of the status that you've achieved. Believe me, the internet has a quick habit of switching or flipping out. All right? So we getting ads on the Skits Live. What's up, baby? Yes, sir. He got a partner, bro. Let's go. Don't forget to add being yourself on that list. Yep. That is very true. Again, this is why this is called How to YouTube Stream in 2026 with Chat, because I am doing this with your assistance as well. And that is very, very important. Be yourself. Again, a lot of people think that they have to be like somebody who's already established to achieve a certain degree of success or a certain degree of notoriety. No. All right? W Partner Skits, proud of you, my G. Thank you, my G. And Equinox in the motherfucking building, baby! Welcome back to this YouTube channel. Welcome back to the stream. We are indeed giving a class on how to YouTube or stream in 2026. God bless you, my G. Hopefully you're having a beautiful Monday. First of the month. First of the last month of the year. December 1st. We're giving back. If I know how to do something, I'm gonna spill the secret sauce onto Gen Pop, because I just want everybody to be happy or successful. And again, if I have the key If I have the sauce, you best believe I'm going to give that key or give that sauce away to as many and many people as I can. And yes, are we getting in that Christmas spirit? Absolutely. It's December. It's the month of giving. Let's go. So very important what Equinox says right here. Be yourself. Yeah. Now, what's the advantage of being yourself? Fortunately, for us and for everybody, there's only one of you. All right? You are your own person. There could never be anybody like you. And let me tell you, regardless of what hobbies you have, what job you have, what games you play, what music you like, if there is somebody out there, or if the world wants to make you believe you are normal, or you're just boring, or you're just, not adequate, then I'm going to tell that person or that worldview that you need to shut the fuck up. Because the truth of the matter is, you already possess everything that you need to be an incredible person, an amazing person, a loving person, and a person who is worthy a person who is deserving of everything in the world, including the good things in life, or including the best thing in life, which is love. Alright? You have that already within you. And you don't have to pretend to be anybody else in the world. Sometimes it is a model of success. Hey, it's like you see, Michael Jackson, being the best singer of all time, or the most critically acclaimed singer. Maybe you want to take a thing or two from his playbook. But if you're going to be a 100% copycat of Michael Jackson, people aren't dumb. They're going to see through that bullshit. They're going to call you out, and you're going to get disliked for that. All right? And does this count for being an artist too? Because it's kind of hard to be yourself in this lane. Yeah, you could say this tutorial that we're doing here, in one way or another, could also be a tutorial for how to be a successful singer or a rapper in 2026. There are things you want to take, and maybe there are things that do not necessarily apply. But yeah, you could say this guide would work in some degree. So yeah, you gotta be yourself, and you gotta be relatable. And the more charisma you got, the better. All right. Now, do you have to be attractive? Let's answer that question, because maybe some people think it's important, and maybe some others don't think it's important at all. But at the very least, is it important to be attractive in this field of work, or physically attractive? All right, because we could also be talking about a certain degree of attractiveness that doesn't have to do with the physical format. And I am going to say that it depends on who you ask, right? Because unfortunately, or fortunately, again, I'm not going to analyze this through any moral lens. You're going to have people that want to look at other people, and those other people, we want them to be good looking. All right? The same way you want, the female lead in a Hollywood movie to be beautiful. And also the male lead in the Hollywood movie to be beautiful. All right? Or attractive. When you're looking at things, especially on a screen, I guess the consensus is the prettier they are, the better. The more glued I am going to be to the screen. But how true is that? Well, you could say that being attractive doesn't necessarily have to do with your looks, but it certainly can do with how you carry yourself in a YouTube video. All right? There are some female streamers that rely 95% on their looks to go viral. Yeah, that can be a very accurate stat. I don't know how accurate it is, but yeah, or if it's not beautiful, you want the streamer to pop out their titties, right? And there is a concept such as a booby streamer. It's like the girl that fucking puts the camera right here where her titties are, and you're just like, ugh. It's like goon content, right? But attractive could also be, let's say you're talking about a person who, regardless of sex, man or woman, it doesn't matter, who's not going to shower, who's not going to shave, who's not going to cut their nails, who's not going to brush your teeth and they're going to be fucking yellow, who's got like mucus and, I don't know, mold in their skin. You're going to be like, damn, bro. Like, don't you have some like standard of hygiene, my G? And imagine if I would have answered something like, nah, bro, I shower only, once a month and I don't brush my teeth because, Rastafarians in Jamaica don't wash their teeth, bro. And, I never cut my nails because it's something. And come on, bro. You definitely, if you're going to be on camera, you at least want to be presentable, right? Yeah, maybe mold on their skin as well. Maybe I'm going too hard on this. But, you definitely want to be presentable on camera. And the more presentable you are, the better you're going to feel about yourself. And, people are going to take that into consideration. Hey, man, sexy hair you got going on, Skits. Why do you think I want to be presentable? Because, you guys never click away with, look at this sexy haircut that I got going on. It's hard to click off when I'm so beautiful and so amazing, right? But, yeah, you have to be presentable for sure. You have to have some standard of hygiene. Because if you're just going to be a walking piece of mold, then people are not going to be able to watch that at all. All right? So, yeah. Do you have to be Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie? Certainly not. But do you have to be presentable and hold yourself to a standard of hygiene that maybe normal people would hold themselves to? Absolutely yes. So the more presentable you are, the better. And you could also potentially say the more attractive you are, the better. We live in that kind of world, unfortunately. Looks do matter. You ask a guy and, who does he want to date? What's your kind of girl? And you're going to say, as a guy, I want to date a beautiful woman, right? And it's very fair to say that if you ask the opposite sex, hey, lady, who do you want to date? Well, I want to date a beautiful man. You're not hearing ugly in that sentence, right? I want to date a beautiful woman, or I want to date a beautiful man. All right? Looks, unfortunately, matter. At least as a hook, it does. Now, is that going to carry and translate to success in the future? Certainly not. Because you could be very beautiful, you could be very attractive, but you could just be a piece of shit, and eventually that facade is going to wear off. It's going to die. All right? It's going to disappear. So, does being attractive matter? It depends on who you ask. It could certainly mean that the more attractive you are, the more potential you have to succeed, but it is not going to determine the climax of the story at all. All right? Because, again, all these are very, very important. How good you are at storytelling, if you know your niche a lot, the more research you do, the better. Or facts, high charisma, if you're relatable and you are yourself, they all trump and overcome how attractive you are. All right? And, all right, I'm going to add this one again. High adaptability. All right, high adaptability. I'll explain what that means in a second. I'll also add high flexibility. And I am also going to add a few more before I yap. Glue that wig on. I have nothing to grab on since you have short hair. High awareness. Right? And let's also add here staying true to your fans and to yourself. There is also going to be high honesty, and high transparency and vulnerability. All right. Now, let's begin with high adaptability. And then we move on to the others. Now, if there is something true in 2025, it is soon to be 2026, is that things change, and things change very rapidly. All right? And the more you can adapt your type of content, your schedule, your whatever, the more you can adapt to whatever is happening relevant or whatever is going on also outside of YouTube. If you can change depending on what circumstance is present, you're going to have, a bigger shot of succeeding. You do not want to be a person who is not willing to adapt or who has no adaptability stat. You're going to fail. And the same thing goes for high flexibility and high awareness. All right? The more awareness, flexibility, and adaptability you have as a content creator, when the landscape changes, you can change with it. In some cases, you don't have to. All right? Let's say if you are the trendsetter or you are in such an echelon that you don't need to worry about the landscape changing. And if you can just succeed on your own and you do not depend on the landscape changing, that is a dream-like scenario, and amen. But normally when the tide rises, so to say, you want to rise with the tide. Because if you don't, then you're going to drown. All right? If you're going to fight the current and you're going to fight the tide, then you better have an arsenal ready to withstand a lot of changes. All right? And what happens is that a person is always and also continuously changing. All right? And how you change as a person, your content will also change with how you change as a person. And I see my homie Chef P in the building, baby. Welcome back, my G. I like your wig. Thank you, my man. I am Teacher Skits right now. I am not Beatmaker Skits or Gamer Skits. I am Teacher Skits, and we are in a class, how to YouTube or stream in 2026 with chat. And I'm teaching people, based on my knowledge and my expertise, how to YouTube or stream in 2026. All right? And welcome back, my G Chef P. Hopefully you're having a beautiful Monday. First of the month, last month of the year, December 2025. Crazy to say that again. It doesn't matter how many times I say it. It's just so surreal that the year is going to end, bro. And this month is all about giving back, or giving to everyone and anyone, anybody and everybody, because that's what it is. And you didn't talk about the hashtags game yet in the description. Wait a second. That is actually something that you want to hear of a characteristics of YouTuber streamer. You just gotta wait, bro. So, high flexibility, high adaptability, and high awareness. The more you have of these, the better off you're going to be. If there's one thing that is true about human beings and humanity, is that people change with time. Things change. Everything changes. The platform changes. How you consume content changes. how the YouTube changes, how the stream changes, and the more you are willing to adapt, the more flexible you are, and the more aware you are of these things, the better it is for you in the future. Now, staying true to your fans and to yourself, and high honesty and high transparency and vulnerability. Now, depending on who you ask, certain of these things can fluctuate in the low, mid, high. All right, but I do believe that if you are going to be, for example, a streamer or a YouTuber, it doesn't matter which one it is, the more loyal you are to yourself and to the people that support you, the better in the long run. Because loyalty, or high loyalty, which is staying true to your fans and to yourself, honesty has a degree in there, and how transparent and how vulnerable you are also has a degree. You know, I guess we need to add this one here. You know, be genuine, bro. All right? Basically, don't fake anything. Don't fake nothing. Just be who you are and be yourself. Don't be fancy smancy. Don't try to be a smart ass. And yeah, be genuine. You know, that people want to support a real person. People want to support other people who are not necessarily just like them, but people want to support somebody who's real, who's authentic, who is honest, who is laying the cards as it is, who is not transforming, who's not baiting, who's not, you know, faking anything to no degree. All right? So, and if you stay true to yourself and to the people who make you, and again, YouTube is a game that is very much 100% determined by how many other people support you. All right? And I think I'm going to have to also add this in the loyal to be loyal to your day ones. This is going to actually, let's switch this up. This is very much there. Yeah, man. There's going to be a point in your YouTube career that you are going to meet, let's say, what in my realm would be considered Caleb or Mark. All right? At one point in your career, if you are on a path to succeed, right? If you're going to succeed and you are going to be well on your journey to success, whatever that success may be, let's say it could be your journey to 1,000 subs, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, or your journey to being monetized or being partnered with YouTube. There's many ways, many metrics that you could consider yourself successful when it comes to content creation, but they all are determined by at least that first individual that you meet on the road, and that first person who is going to support your content, and then that turns into that person supports everything or all the content that you do, and then that person falls in love with who you are as a person, and then in turn that person will support anything and everything that you do. All right, that's what happens over time. And when you find this person, or when this person finds you, be it you're just making videos or you're streaming, it could happen in both. Don't let this person go, and also stay true to that person. Because when you make one person happy, And if you're always going to make that person happy, regardless of what it is that you do, eventually you are going to meet a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth. And you are going to eventually reach wherever you want to reach. But it takes time, and again, it takes the support of sometimes one person, tens of that person, hundreds of that person, thousands, and or millions. All right? And in this field of work, in this job, as a content creator, you are 100% dependent of the support of other people. And if you stay true to that first person, in my case it's Caleb and Mark, then the hundreds are going to come, the thousands are going to come, and the millions are going to come if you choose to be consistent and you keep walking the road. All right? Now, and if you cannot be happy, let me also put that. If you can't be happy with few, won't be happy with many. Right? If you can't be happy with few, you can't be happy with many. But if you can be happy with few, can be happy with many. So again, it is not the other way around. Right? Let's say this is the law. So, if you're not happy with 1,000 subscribers, how do you think you're going to be happy with one? Right? Or if you're not happy with one subscriber, how do you think you're going to be happy with 1,000 of them? Right? So the math is you have to be happy, or it's more conveniently for you in the short, mid, long term, any term, to be happy with one. So Mark said this in a different string of words. Is one is stronger than 1 million. Okay. Shit. There we go. So, if you learn how to be happy with one person, and if one person is going to fulfill that happiness, then you bet as hell that you're going to be happy with any more than that. All right? There could also be the case that you're not happy with way too many people. I guess that can be actually true. Yeah. Maybe you're more happy with small than large. It all depends on who you ask, right? But again, we are in a numbers game. It's a numbers race, unfortunately. And the happier you are with few, the happier you will be with many. All right? You could say the math kind of equates to that. And watching 7 hours of rooftop parkour flashbacks, insane, right? At least you were working while you were watching that. You were doing something else, because I think if you just be watching that, you would blow your head off or something with a shotgun. Yeah, absolutely. So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that yeah, there is math here. And the math kind of works like this, okay? Now, what else were we Mark was saying something. You didn't talk about the hashtags game yet in the description. Well, you're going to have to say hi SEO there. And not only that, I'm going to also say actually, wait a second. Let's see. Hi. Shit. Say hi SEO knowledge. Because this is not high SEO. And what the fuck was I going to say? Damn, this hurt, bro. Got in my mouth. I would hate to actually be a woman IRL, bro, or a guy with long hair. This shit is demonic. Jesus Christ. What is this? Can't even see, man. Damn, bro. Wait a second. God damn. Okay. And, okay. The willingness to play the multi-platform game. Actually, it's got to be high willingness to play the multi-platform game. I'll explain myself in just 1 second. Just kind of want to put that here. All right. So, high SEO knowledge and high willingness to play the multi-platform game. Now, SEO basically means search engine optimization. It's the way that basically you word or you structure keywords, words, or sentences, or hashtags, or descriptions, or YouTube titles in a way that makes Google rank them higher, or it makes Google place them higher when you search for them in a YouTube search query or in a Google search query. Right? That's basically this right here. Like, let's say I put no copyright jazz, right? For example, let's do it here so you can understand more. So, no copyright jazz, right? Now, these homies are doing something, right? When you type no copyright jazz, people are doing something here. Maybe jazz music, royalty-free, background cafe music is the first search or the first query because I've listened to this video before and YouTube knows that this is what I want to listen to. But it's not true for no copyright, long hour cafe music, coffee house, jazz, relaxing music. Billie Eilish made a jazz song. The Cheeks of Jazz Trumpet, Virtuoso, Lo-Fi Girl. Like all of these homies here, people also watched Jazz and Blues, NYC, 5 Hours of Deep House Lounge, chill acid jazz beats and funky grooves. These people, for them to be placed this high or this immediate in the search engine or on YouTube or on Google, they have to be doing something within their descriptions or, yeah, something. Again, here you see how Coffee has they're doing something here. They're playing with hashtags or they're playing with the descriptions of their videos. They're doing something in order for those videos to appear first once you're done pressing enter in that query. So the more SEO knowledge you know of, the more you're going to add certain things, descriptions or characteristics or YouTube titles, you're going to start making them in a way that they're going to appear first or they're going to rank higher when a person searches for whatever they're searching. So the more SEO knowledge you have, I guess the better, right? The more understanding you have of what the architecture of YouTube looks like, or what the architecture of YouTube behaves like, right? So yeah, you're going to have more chances of succeeding when your understanding of SEO is just better or more. I had hair that long when I was playing Metal. Insane, bro. Insane. And again, in 2026, unfortunately, you're going to have to multi-platform. And, or the more you multi-platform, the better. So, yes, welcome, baby. Yo. Right now, we're in a class. You're seeing Mr. Skits, Professor Skits, teaching how to YouTube or stream in 2026 with chat. We've already gone over a lot of stuff. Now we're working on the characteristics of YouTuber, streamer, and what kinds of things do you want as a content creator. You know, the more of these that you have, the better. And hopefully you're having a beautiful day. Happy Monday, my G. Happy first of the month and last month of the year, December 2025. It is December. It is the month of giving back. And that's why we're doing this. I thought, hey, why don't I spill the beans, or I spill the secret sauce onto everybody and anybody? Because maybe somebody out there wants to be a content creator or a YouTuber. And I got the beans. I got the sauce. I know the sauce. Hence, I'm going to share it. Right? So that's what we're doing. So yeah. In the high willingness to play the multi-platform game, I'm going to say this unfortunately because unfortunately for the lazy person or for the faithful person, right? And to faithful, I mean faithful to one platform. All right? I am faithful to YouTube and YouTube alone. All right? If you ask me, yo, Skids, start a Twitch channel or a Twitch stream, I'm going to say, fuck you, fuck that shit. Twitch is for pussies. And Twitch is for gay beta males. Pause. Okay? And it's not true at all. Twitch isn't for gay beta males. It's just that I am so brainwashed and I am so biased and I love YouTube so much that I wouldn't dare to make videos or create content in any other website. I'm not going to suck dick for TikTok. I'm not going to suck dick for Facebook. I'm not going to suck dick for Kick or for Rumble or for Instagram. Fuck that! Or Twitter. You're only looking at a YouTuber and YouTube. And that is a very unfortunate thing. All right? In 2026, bro, if you're going to be a streamer, you're better going to start clipping moments like the moment I just did before. You can clip, Twitch streamers are gay beta males. You clip that, you put it on TikTok, you put it on Instagram, you put it on Facebook, you put it on Rumble, you put it on Kick. You put it everywhere. And you start funneling people from all those other social media platforms or video platforms into your main platform. So what I am saying is, if you clip as a streamer and you post those clips to TikToks and to fucking Instagram, to Facebook, you're going to have a higher percentage of people checking out your shit. And you could also say that you could go viral on TikTok. And all the things that you do on TikTok are funneling to your YouTube channel. And you're going to have to do that, all right? If you study people like, let's say, Jinxie, all right? Jinxie, man. He's got almost 6 mil on YouTube now. This guy is one of the best clippers in the game. He I think, I might be wrong here, but he streamed for 5 years. to like only 5 viewers, and then he started clipping on TikTok. Boom. And it's not, the reason is more complex as to why Jinxie became who Jinxie is nowadays. There's more elements, and Jinxie is a fucking epic content creator, all right? Jinxie checks all the check boxes. He's a cool guy. He's a down-to-earth guy. He's one of these content creators you want to champion and say, hey, man, that kid is cool, bro. He's doing a good thing, because he is, all right? But Jinxie, there's a before and after. There's a Jinxie before TikTok clipping and after, all right? And the same could be said for Queso, Sketch, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, IShowSpeed, like the biggest of the biggest names of the game right now. The biggest Twitch streamers have a lot of power and a lot of play in other social medias. It could be Twitter, it could be TikTok, it could be Reddit, it could be, and the operation is more complex, or there's just more factors in it than just, streaming on YouTube and just making YouTube videos. And the more dynamic and complex the operation, aka the more tools you use and the more other social medias that you use, and more specifically TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, the more you expose yourself out there, the better it's going to be in the long term. All right? And you can use every other social media as a funnel or a gateway to your main platform. All right? I could basically clip many of these moments, or clip something like, yes, I said dick, so what? Pause. And titles something like Skits is gay, funny skits gay clip, and put it on TikTok. That could go viral. And then watch the rest on YouTube, and you leave a link to here. Boom. Again, high willingness to play the multi-platform game is more universal or more true the more time passes by. Because the reality is, not a lot of people are spending time just on YouTube. It's only the old heads. It's only the dinosaurs, like Mark, myself, and people who are older than Mark and me. Because there's a group of people, there's a demographic of people that you're like, hey man, have you seen Skits on TikTok or Jinxie on TikTok? They're going to answer, what the fuck is TikTok? I don't know what that is. I don't even care. But the youth, the youngins, and many people, it's not exclusive to the youth alone, but a lot of people are just tapped into multiple websites and platforms. And you could have seen me in TikTok, and you could have never seen me on Instagram or on YouTube, for example. And that is true for many, many, many content creators. And the biggest or the most successful content creators have complex operations going on, i.e., they're posting on TikTok, they're posting on Twitter, they're posting on Reddit, they have teams of people that are fucking, copy and pasting a lot of shit through multiple websites. Now, I'm going to take, not in the best case or worst case scenario, when you're starting out, you're not going to have a team of people. You're just going to be by yourself. All right? Yeah. We're going to have to do that a lot. We're going to actually have to... in the beginning, you're going to have to carry. Let's see. Willingness to carry everything. Willingness to carry everything on your own during the beginning. And again, this might be, how long is the beginning? It's relative, all right? It's different. But what does carrying everything on your own during the beginning? Look, bro, I'm talking to you right now, the humble man or the humble woman with humble beginnings, all right? And those are mine too, all right? I am a one-man operation. And yeah, I only use YouTube and only use Facebook to chat with my brothers. Amen, my G. You're looking at a man right now, the sexiest man, of course, of all time. Me. But I do everything myself. All right? I don't have a cameraman. I don't have an editor. I don't have a nothing. I don't have a script writer. I don't have anybody to bounce ideas. I just do everything by myself. And if you ask me, why do you do everything by yourself, Skits? Is because, well, the truth is, I'm in a position where it's only me. Right? I don't have the money to pay somebody else to either clip or edit or help me in this journey. And my story is going to be your story and 99% of the people who start off. All right? Unless you're a Russian oligarch or a Dubai billionaire, or your dad works in any of the Fortune 500 companies and, you know, you're making over 8 figures a fucking year, you know, you're not going to have hundreds or thousands of dollars to splurge on a team of editors or writers or clippers or whatever. You're going to be on your own, at least through the beginning. All right? And maybe you start elevating, and maybe you start making money, or you got money on the side and you're able to, I don't know, afford an editor or whatever or not, or a writer or something. And yeah, well, you get ideas for games to play from the chat. Yeah, that is true. But, yeah, I don't want to say that they're just ideas. All right? I don't want to, like, minimize the value of what you're doing, Mark. Right? Because, you know, play Final Fantasy IV, play Final Fantasy V, 6. Those are ideas. They have their own merit. I'm talking about the work that you have to put in. All right? The work as a YouTuber or a content creator. And the work that 99% of people that they have to put. You know, you're going to be on your own, pretty much, throughout the beginning. Now, if you are very lucky, you know, I have had opportunities before of people, you know, offering, you know, a certain service, right? Because it has happened. You know, I've had people over the course of my 2 years and some change, I have had people approach me and be like, yo, man, I like you. I like your shit. I like what you're doing. You know, I would even edit. I can edit your shit if you send me videos and whatnot. I'd be like, damn, for real? But I don't know. I don't want to say that the people that have approached me are shady or whatnot. I have just declined these offers for other reasons. Mostly because, you know, the vision is not there, you know. The vision of what I want to do and execute. And just sending shit. It's different if that person would be, you know, here in Venezuela or in Caracas. That would make things definitely easier. But normally the people who've asked me are in different countries, continents, different time zones. It's just different. And that's how it's going to be. All right? In the beginning, at the very least. You know, there is a chance, however, that in your journey, you're going to meet your future editor, your future clipper or whatnot. And the sooner you meet them, the better, I guess. You know, or you could say so. Right? Because it can definitely get very overwhelming when you do everything yourself. And when you do it for so long, it can wear a person down. Again, we're only made out of blood, bones, and meat. We're not made of the same metal Wolverine is, which is adamantium. You know? And if you'd be made out of adamantium, then that would be a different story. Or if your mental would be made out of adamantium, you know, then that'd be a different story, right? But yeah, man, it's gonna be peculiar, to not say it's gonna be tough in the beginning. And Andrew, welcome back to the stream, baby. Counter-Strike, says the homie. Very good game. But right now we're talking about the characteristics of a YouTuber or streamer and what kind of things do you want as a content creator. We're not talking about CS. And I also see my homie Skies. Welcome, boys. Right now you're looking at teacher skits. We are in how to YouTube or stream in 2026 with the chat. And you might be asking why. Well, it's December. It's the last month of the year. And if you ask me, December is the month of giving back. And I'm going to give back to everybody and anybody who wants to start doing this, because I'm also a content creator, and I just want to give my sauce to everybody. All right. What's with the hair though? My hair grew overnight for this YouTube stream. This is when we got this hair, it's teacher skits, professor skits. It grew overnight just because I was going to do this stream today. Isn't it amazing? Spider-Man can like throw webs out of his hands. Superman can like, I don't know, get energy from the sun. I can grow my hair and bend time for YouTube videos or streams. Sexy time. Can I do that if I'm bald? Of course you can. Just got to believe in yourself and put a lot of vitamin C on your scalp. And believe in the power of dreams. Just like I do. And yo, I can bend time too. Amazing. I thought I was the only one. So yeah, guys, to just wrap it up, you're going to have to, at least in the very beginning, because you're not a Dubai billionaire or a Russian oligarch, or you're not a son or a daughter out of a Fortune 500 CEO, or you're just going to be a regular person. In most cases, you're not going to have money. So you're going to have to do everything on your own in the beginning. And then eventually, at one point, you can outsource something to somebody who believes in your dream or somebody who supports your ambition. And that is certainly going to happen along the way. But in the very beginning, you're going to have to edit, post, write descriptions, do scripts, record, upload, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everything on your own. All right. So, Russian oligarch, well, one half done. So, yeah. Now, let me say this. This is very important. You are not owed everything. You're not owed anything. But the contrary law is you deserve everything. Now, what does this mean, Skits? You are not owed anything, yet you deserve everything. The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, just because you do YouTube, or just because you do Twitch, just because you do TikTok, doesn't mean you are owed 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers. It doesn't mean that because you're uploading YouTube videos or you're streaming, that doesn't mean that you are, you have the right to just be a top dog. All right? Because the reality is, nobody owes you anything. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me nothing. But the antonym is, the contradiction is that you really do deserve everything. But ask yourself, right? If you look at the numbers that you got, or you look at the numbers that you want, how deserving are you of them? How much have you worked for them? How much have you sweated, cried, and bled for them? How talented are you? What have you done to deserve it? You know? And there are going to be thousands, if not millions, of content creators who never reach where they want to. Right? There are thousands, if not millions, of creators who start their YouTube journey thinking that they are owed 1 million subscribers or 10 million subscribers, and in reality, no, bro. People don't owe you shit. I don't owe you anything. And the same way, you don't owe me anything. If you support me, or if you want to support XYZ, then it comes out of the good grace or the willingness in your heart. But I am not owed that. And neither are you. And the more entitled you become, then the worse your mental is going to be. Alright? Even if you deserve everything, because you are a person, you deserve love, that doesn't mean the whole world owes you that. And people have the wrong mindset. A lot of people think they are owed 1,000 subscribers or partnership or 1 million subscribers. Let me tell you, that's not the way the cookie crumbles. And that's not the way the world works. By the way, the Cup to Papa straight went past 500 views. Insane, bro. Insane. So, yeah, imagine that. I wouldn't even believe that a stream of mine could get 500 views. The question could be, am I owed that? No. Do I deserve that? Maybe. Depends on who you ask. Do I deserve it, though? Me specifically? Of course. I'm sexy. I'm the best YouTuber in the game. I deserve 7 quintillion views. And I also want to bring forward this concept. Right? It's very similar to can't be happy with few, won't be happy with many, or can't be happy with few, can't be happy with many, and one is greater than 1 billion. So, happy with 1 view, happy with 1 million views. Right? And not happy with 1 view. Not happy with 1 million views. And let's also go from the backwards. Not happy with 1 million views. How will you be happy with 1? Again, very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. This is in the psychology of the YouTuber or the content creator. Believe me, a lot of these rules are mental gymnastics. And you gotta basically adhere yourself and stay true to the first one. Because if you're gonna be happy with 1 view, if you're gonna be happy with 1 subscriber, then you're gonna be happy with as many. Alright? If you're not happy with 1 million views or 1 million subscribers, then how the fuck are you gonna be happy? Huh? Ask yourself that question. And again, and I see the homie Dartex29 in the motherfucking building. Good afternoon, Mr. Dartex. Good morning, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing this fine Monday afternoon? Huh? Hey everybody, welcome Dartex in the building. The legend himself appears. And welcome not only to the best YouTube channel in the existence of YouTube channels. I am the maximum authority. Why? Because I have the best community and I have God by my side. And I also have the biggest dick and the biggest balls. Pause. And it is the month of December. It is the month of giving back. The last month of 2025, guys. And to start the month, to start this beautiful day, we are giving a class right now. How to YouTube and stream in 2026 with chat. That means with you. And we have already covered a myriad of topics. Right now, we are in the characteristics of YouTuber, streamer. What kind of things do you want as a content creator? And a lot of these are psychological. Believe me, absolutely, almost all of them are. And right now, we're in the segment of happy with 1 view. You're going to be happy with 1,000,000 views. But if you're not happy with 1,000,000 views, then how the fuck will you be happy with 1? And the entire point is, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be happy with 1. Because if you're happy with 1, everything can build up to whatever. But if you can't build it down from 1,000,000, you're going to be miserable. All right? So, again, the philosophy is, or the psychology is, if you are happy with 1 person, as I am happy with the beautiful, sexy gentleman by the name of Mark, and Caleb, who must be doing Caleb things out there, and with Dartex, the legend Dartex. If I can just be happy with these, then I'm going to be happy with however many more come. But if Mark doesn't make me happy, let's just say, for argument's sake, how am I going to be happy with somebody else? And another Mark, or 4 Marks, 5 Marks. You see? So the happier you are with less, the better off you will be, or the happier you will be with more. And ideally speaking, you want to be happy with as few in this field of work. All right. What else? Now, other characteristics, ladies and gentlemen, that people also strong mental health or game. All right? And a balance your life, or actually balance in your life. All right, sometimes it's gonna get very dark in the pursuit of YouTube and or Twitch, especially in the very beginning of the journey. You're gonna be uploading and uploading and uploading and uploading video after video or stream after stream. And sometimes you're gonna stream with 0 viewers for multiple days, weeks, months, years. And sometimes your YouTube videos are not gonna get views at all. They're not going to get likes. They're not going to get comments. You're not going to get subscribers. It's certainly not going to happen when you want it to happen. Because if it would be up to you, then you would be God. And you would already have 1 billion subscribers. All right? You would already be there. But you're human. You're not the creator. You're a creation. And things don't go the way you think they're going to go half the time. A lot of this happens very spontaneously. And sometimes the video that you spend days, weeks, months working on is not going to get the love. And the one that gets the love and the attention is just the worst video. The video that you least spent on. That YouTube clip that you think, what the fuck? Why did this get viral? Alright? Again, it's not up to you. It's not up to the content creator. It's up to you and up to the whim of the algorithm. The algorithm decides, or the community decides, when and where you are viral, you are famous, you are entitled, you are everything. It's not up to me. It's not up to you, the creator. All right. So, in the most common scenario, you're going to spend a lot of days, months, or a lot of days, weeks, months, years, questioning the process, questioning your content, and sometimes you're even having existential moments and an existential crisis. Why am I doing this? What is the point of me doing this? What am I doing? Why am I working so hard? And why am I working so hard? And why am I not seeing any results? Again, a lot of people are in this YouTube video that I was in myself a few days ago. I'm tired. You're going to be in this hamster wheel, in this chase, in this marathon, and perhaps many are the days, weeks, months where you do not see any result. And again, the mental dialogue that you have with yourself, your own self-image, your own self-dialogue might be the very worst of the worst. Again, depression might be a symptom, just sadness, misery, bro. You're going to be your own worst enemy if you fall into the pressure and if you don't see the fruit of your labor immediately or when you want it. Again, you are not owed anything just because you made a YouTube video or just because I am making this course or this class for free for anybody and everybody out there who wants to become a YouTuber or a streamer. Doesn't mean this has the entitlement of going viral. All right? It might just be that this stream gets very little to no views. You know, who knows? But the opposite could also be true. Maybe the algorithm blesses this stream. And I don't know, it puts it in the front page of thousands or millions of people, and boom. Especially people who want to become a YouTuber or a streamer, click on this. Who knows? Again, I can do a lot of things in order to guarantee my success. But at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, again, YouTube, Twitch, and all these jobs or all these opportunities rely 100% on other people's support, aka you over there. So it's not up to me. It's more up to you. When is it up to you? When is it up to the algorithm as well? So you need to have a strong mental health game or a strong mental game in the very beginning to be able to withstand days, weeks, months, or years of little to no results. Don't point your finger at me. Point it right back again, because you know how it is. So yeah, you need to have an ungodly amount of stamina and, you know, tolerance or susceptibility, all right? How strong is your mental will determine how long you will be able to do this without getting any to no results, or very little to no results, sorry. All right, and outside of YouTube, you have to have a balance. If you do not have other hobbies, if you do not have friends, if you don't have anything else to pour your attention or your energy, and you are just going to YouTube 100% and your whole life is YouTube 100%, you're going to have to develop mechanisms in order to just grind out. So my genuine advice would be play sports, do something, do cardio every day if you can, or every 2 days. Go out for a run, go out for a walk, unplug yourself from the matrix, spend time with real people. I'm not saying that Mark or, you know, Dartex or Skies aren't real, but the reality is we're all far away from each other. Now, if I'd have Mark as my neighbor, that would be a different story. Do drugs? Now, responsibly, sure, but, you know, if you're going to be addicted or you're just going to fuck up, then my advice is don't, right? If you're going to do drugs from time to time and, you're doing it for fun and it's not hindering any other area in your life, go ahead, bro. But drugs, most of the time, not nowadays, drugs are so good, they're so strong, they're an immediate fuck you over. All right, but hey, I'm not you, you're not me. Our opinions could vary. And at the end of the day, you are the master of your own temple. You do as you please, my G, whatever makes you happy. All right? No, with friends, let's make it okay. I'm not real, I'm an AI. The reality is, my G's, is, yeah, you need human contact. You need physical contact. Everything cannot be exclusively digital or fucking online. You'll go crazy. You need, you need other things, bro. All right? You'll need other things. And you need a balance, all right? You need to eat good. You need to stay active. You need to just do other shit, bro. All right? A balance. Balance, very important. No balance, you're probably going to be fucked. And a lot of balance, you're going to be okay. All right? Take it from me and take it from this YouTube video that I released 2 days ago and some change. I'm tired. The reason why I was tired was because I was just neglecting other things in my life, and I was focusing everything on YouTube and on my relationship. And when you do that, when you ignore God, when you ignore physical activity, when you I was doing something on RuneScape. I was a bad teacher. Let me actually go back here. Yeah. When you neglect everything else, when you neglect your spiritual side, when you neglect your friends, other hobbies, alone time with yourself to recoup and recharge, your life is going to start becoming a mess. All right? And hence why myself and many others included will say having a balance is key, and knowing what to do with your time is very important. I think I'm going to actually add that as well. And high time management skills. If you know what to do with your time and exactly know when to do with what you have in your time, exactly, you're going to be very successful. All right? The more you can manage your time responsibly or effectively, the better in the short, mid, long term. ABOY in the building, baby. Yo! He says, yo, back to you, my G. What's up? If you ask me what's up right now, we're doing YouTube 101, how to become a YouTuber or a streamer in 2026. You have the best teacher in the game, a.k.a. me, giving everybody, whoever wants it, some pointers or some, tips, techniques on how to become a successful YouTuber or a streamer in 2026 with the chat. How you doing, baby? Hopefully everything is going well in ABOI land, baby. Sending you a big hug, my G. Sending you all these hearts, by the way. I'm also going to take the time to send all these hearts to Mark, to Andrew, to ABOY, and to anybody and everybody who needs love in their life, because that is the most important thing ever. All right, what you do with your time and what you do with the love you got, baby. Let's go, baby. Sexy time. So, and yeah, we are in this very long segment of the class. Characteristics of a YouTuber, streamer. What kind of things do you want as a content creator? And right now we're talking about how important it is to have a lot of balance in your life and high time management skills. All right. Mrs. Mark is going to Punta Cana in 5 days. I'll be alone with the little demon for a week. Insane, baby. Nice. God bless Mrs. Mark. God bless Punta Cana. And God bless Mark for 1 week with the little demon Bailey. So, is there anything else that we would want to add here, my G's? Is there anything else that you think might be important to, is there anything, really? Is there anything? I'm just going to leave some space here. Boom. I'm going to draw this line. Going to draw that line there. Starting out. Oh, okay. I'll leave that section there. And did you mention interaction with the chat? No, I did not. Very good, my G. Let's put that immediately. So, on streaming side of things, interact with the chat. That is actually very important. Because if you don't do that, then you're not going to see much success as a streamer. All right? You better interact with those people who are chatting. Are you going to put it in Discord later so I can read it fully? I'm getting ready for work. Yeah, if you guys want me to, I'll post this on Discord. Absolutely, 100%. And I think this is something that is going to evolve over time. I mean, we're going to be adding things and removing things. And just, this is always going to be an optimization. You know? Because, again, the manual changes. All right? Times change, and so will this thing, bro. And home? What's going on here? Skid City morning stream, bro. It was not a morning stream today, Maji. Want to play or chill or nah? Let's do that today, if possible. If not, or whenever it flows. And I do have some DMs there, but I'll check those out later. Don't need to look at those right now. So, let me take a very quick look at... Jesus, I'm an idiot. There we go. So, guys, yes. And Mr. Beast has done some podcasts with people where he talks about his YouTube journey. I recommend to listen. They are pretty cool. Yeah. That would actually be pretty fire, huh? That would be pretty fire. I mean, learning from the very best of the best. Or the biggest at the very least. So, okay. So before starting, why do I want to become a YouTuber? Do I have a plan? 3 times. And then starting out. 1. Do keep your first meet. And you have to be consistent. And then... And, 3. Okay. Actually, no, wait. Let's, you are almost there. Actually, I forgot something right now. We need to add here. Good. We need to add in good / healthy support system. What does good healthy support system mean? Well, you got a good group of friends. You got a family. You got a wife or a girlfriend. You got people. You got. Not only do you have a balance in your life, you have other people and good people to count on when things get muddy or when things get, dirty and grimy. And it's my homie Cheese, baby. Sub 20 says, "What's up, baby?" Well, it is the month of December. Hence, we are working on a how to YouTube stream in 2026 with chat. And we have been working on this document or this master class of how to become a YouTuber and a streamer in 2026. Why? Because it's the month of December. It's the last month of the year. And December is the month about giving back. It's the month of Christmas. It's the month of Santa Claus. And it's the month where Jesus, our Lord and His Savior, was born. And I felt the need to, do the same thing. In the spirit of it being December and the last month of 2025, I'm going to be giving back to my community and to anybody who needs it. And I am a YouTuber and a streamer, and I felt that the first thing that I could do was teach other people how to stream or how to become a YouTuber in 2026. Other than that, just chilling, my G. What about you, my G Cheese? Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. And may God bless you and everything in life, man. Sending you a lot of love, my G. And everybody. So, you're almost there. So, you started your YouTube channel, Twitch, or whatever, Kick, TikTok, whatever. Now what? Now, yeah, you started your YouTube channel, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, whatever. Now what? One, develop a schedule and be posting consistently. Yeah, develop a schedule and be posting consistently. You want to make this into a routine, baby, in a habit. Maybe you want to post every Monday. Maybe you want to post every Monday and Wednesday. Maybe you want to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Or maybe you just want to be a streamer that only streams Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right? You got to develop a schedule that suits you, that you are comfortable with, and you also have to consider that you got to be, you got to be putting in the work. And in order to put in the work, everything outside of YouTube has to also make sense for you to be putting in the work on your YouTube, Twitch, whatever, bro. All right. So, yeah, you got to develop a schedule and you got to be posting consistently. Number two. If stuff don't be hitting, go back to the drawing board. Right? So if the kind of things that you're not doing, you're not seeing any success with, maybe it's time for you to go back to the plan. Right? Maybe it's time for you to go back here somewhere. Boom. And reevaluate your plan. Boom. Again. So you got to always be willing. If it's not working, and you got to be willing to change it. And willing to, iterate. And play around. And, wait a second. I got to... There we go. Okay, there we go. Now, if stuff don't be hitting, and I guess for last, let's see. If it do be working, keep going. If it do be working, keep going. And let's say that have fun and do it with love. All right. And now I just thought about this. It's another quality that you need to have as a creator. Gotta be humble, bro. All right. Be humble. Very important. All right. Let's also make something here. And chat says, let's have this segment here. I'm doing agility now for Graceful. Wish me luck. 500 point in the building, baby. What's up? Good morning, good afternoon to 500 point TC. Welcome back to this YouTube channel and this stream, baby. God bless you, brother. I wish you all the luck and beyond. I wish you all the love and everything that you need in order to be a happy person and a person with a lot of love in his life. We are doing how to YouTube stream in 2026 with chat live stream. And yeah, we are about to finish this first draft of this document or this class that I will give every year. Every December, I'm going to come back to this and, do this. Now, I don't see his messages on chat. It's weird. It's bugging, bro. YouTube be fucking up a lot. What can I say, bro? What can I say, bruv? And, all right. Is there anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Especially, I want everybody to pay attention now to this segment here. To chat says this. Mark, if you would have to say anything, right? If you would have to give a piece of advice from your expertise, all right, and from your knowledge, and you have a lot, all right, maybe you're not a YouTuber or a streamer, but that doesn't exempt you from being an idiot. You're one of the smartest men I know, and the sexiest. What would you say? Because I want to include that right here in this portion. Chat says this, right? What would your advice be? What would you want to say to the aspiring YouTuber or streamer? What is the thing that you would say, do this the most and you will succeed? Or do this and you'll be good? What do you want me to say here? Or what words do you want to put in this segment? Because I want them to be here. You are a very important part of this channel, of this community. And your words and your opinions matter. And you will always have a voice here. And a place. So I want to include that here. And to any other person, I'm going to include all your little pieces of wisdom or advice. If anybody has anything to say and you want it to be included in this class, I will. So go ahead, man. Say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. But say what you got to say, more importantly. And I will include it here. Okay? So again, what would you... So if it's about gaming, okay. Let's do that. Okay. we will, Mark says, maybe we need to, fuck. If it's about gaming, play popular games, old school ones if you want to attract people our age. Alright. That's pretty cool. Thank you, my G. Okay. Is there anybody else who wants to add anything? Because I will be glad. This will be something that we will follow and open the more time passes. But I think for today we are more than enough. It's been a 3-hour class. A 3-hour master class, actually. And I think we're more than done. And again, the reason why we're doing this today, it's because it's a very important day. It's a very special day. It's the first of the month. And if you are familiar with me or my content, I am a YouTuber and or a streamer. I have nothing to hide. I want to be successful, but above all else, I also want to be successful with as many other people as possible. I am a creator for creators. I have nothing to hide. I will teach you and everybody how to become a YouTuber or a streamer, a successful one at that. And if I have any sort of success, I want to be able to share that. Again, I'm a creator for creators. I am a human being for other human beings. I am a happy person for other happy people. So it is December. It is that time of year that we are blessed, and we shall bless as well. So if there is anything I can do to elevate your game, or to put you in the right path, or to give you any knowledge that might be useful for you in the future, or if it's just to make you happier, I am certainly going to do it. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Skits Teaches Everyone How to YouTube or Stream in 2026 with Chat. Consider giving this a like, consider commenting, and consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Everything and anything will always be free, and it only just takes a little bit of your time to help me out in this journey called the road to 100,000, or the road to the silver plaque. My name is Skits. I live stream pretty much almost every single day, and yeah, it is the first of the month, the first of 2020. I mean, the last month of the year. And yeah, time is running by really fast. And this year, we will do just... I'm still not over the wig. Skits always has a bag of surprises, huh? Alright. So, yeah, this has been it for today. It's only going to be the only stream today, too. I did not wake up early. I told you guys I'm kind of lacking. Again, it's just rough right now. And I just got to get my shit together. All right, we're going to start doing it little by little. And I am going to be streaming, though, every single day. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Again, consider giving it a like, commenting on it after, and subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's the best way to help me out in order to achieve my 100K plaque. And remember, I love you. And special shout out to Andrew, Mark, 500 Point, Creative, Cheese, Chef P, ABLY, everybody who tuned in. Skies, Millie, Dubious, Beezy, everybody. Peter Parker, Hans, Daniel, everybody, bros. I am very grateful, very appreciative. And let's see if tomorrow, well, tomorrow we'll play some video games. But let's see what's going to happen. Again, I love your faces. Hopefully you're having a beautiful start of the week, a beautiful start of the month. Remember, it's the last month of the year, guys. We got to live to the max. And what I mean by that is just live to the happiest. And I'll see you in the next YouTube video or in the next live stream. Again, how to become a YouTuber in 2026 or a streamer. And this is a work in progress. It's not done by any means. And I'll post this on Discord eventually. I love you. And have a good day. Yours truly, Skits Tony.